Welcome to the Daily Meditation Show. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. So, what we do here on this show is I choose one card and we talk about it for a couple minutes. So, today I have the Nine of Swords for you. Okay, so it's not a very pretty card, but it does depict a figure sitting up in bed, seemingly late at night or early morning, tormented by one's thoughts. So, this is also known as the nightmare card. It's a card about mental pain and agony. So, when this card appears in a reading, it's everyone always says, like, oh, well, this can't be good. But I like to note that this card isn't an indication that something is going to happen to you. It's usually just a reflection of how we're operating from within our head. So, these swords represent our thoughts, the way we think. And in this card, our thinking isn't doing anything for us, but bringing us uh, further and further into darkness, into a world of worry and pain and anxiety. If you look at the swords, they're going right off the card. And if we were to take this card as a representation of our life, where are the swords going? They're going right into our next morning, into our next day. And if this is the way you feel at night when you're thinking all these thoughts, usually you're not going to feel great in the morning and you're not going to maybe be your best self. So when this card comes up, I always like to ask people, um, how long are you going to allow yourself to reside in this mental anguish? Because these swords can go on all week, all month, forever. And it's not as though the longer we worry, we just run out of worries. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, worries and anxieties can be a bottomless pit if that's where we allow our thoughts to go. So, this is a card that indicates our thought when caught in a cycle of anxiety, if not rechanneled to better thoughts, it will only lead us further into darkness. So, I think like Buddhists like to say there's three ways we could handle something. We can either accept something the way it is and not do anything, or we can change whatever the situation is if we have the power within us to change something. Or the third thing is we just have to leave it. But putting yourself in this state of mind where you're just ridden with worries and anxieties really gets you nowhere. And then, unfortunately, it's only going to further frustrate your future. So when this card appears, I like to just tell people, be aware of your own thoughts and where it's bringing you. Sometimes if you can snap yourself awake from these thoughts and say, okay, what are you worrying about so much? Is there another way you can handle this? Sometimes just by being aware of it, snapping yourself out of this state, at least will bring you to maybe a better way of thinking rather than just constantly and continuing going with this agonizing thoughts. So, once again, the tarot makes us aware of what we're thinking and what we're doing within us. So, if this card appears in your reading or it has appeared today, hopefully this card will let you know to stop in your tracks and think not just better thoughts, but to really believe that there's a better way. Another way I like to just make a suggestion about this card is what you're worrying about, all your anxieties and your fears. I like to say that it does show that you care about something, that there is love there. So it's not that you're just being stupid and, oh, you're just so pessimistic. It's actually, it comes from a place of care and love. So I think if you can channel your thoughts to, more of those regions of, what can I do to, better help this person I care for rather than just worrying about this person. Because if you can really do all that you do, or I meant to say, if you're already doing all that you can possibly do, that's all you can do. but you're coming from at least a better place of love and care rather than just worry and anxiety. So let it be known that whatever you're worrying about, at least it comes from a good place, but rechannel that place into something better because you're only affecting your future with this card. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. All right, y'all, have a great day.